What's up? It's almost the end of June, so I thought I'd get this month's Q&A rolling, and with that said, let's get started.
These are the rules for the Q&A. 1. Only one question per person per Q&A. If you ask more than one question, only your first question will be answered and the rest will be ignored. 2. Check previous Q&As for already answered questions. Each question is listed in the description section of that video. 3. Questions must be game related.
First question. Which game do you think has the best story? In my opinion, out of all the games that I've played, the game with the best story is Metal Gear Solid. I mean, you just had this unfolding story that was just absolutely gripping, absolutely compelling, and just the way it was told through codec conversations and cutscenes, it was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Now, some honorable mentions would be Final Fantasy 6, 7, 8, 10, and Chrono Cross. But Metal Gear Solid tops all of them. Next question. Have you ever played Star Fox or its sequels? I've played Star Fox for the Super Nintendo, the original one, and Star Fox 64. Both great games. What is your view on the recent protest against violence in gaming? I mean, people have been doing that kind of shit ever since Mortal Kombat, and really in my view, they're a bunch of assholes. They can go fuck themselves. And, you know, I know this is cliche, and everybody has said this, but it's the parents' responsibility to watch what their kids are doing. And as far as adults, you know, we can play whatever we want. They have no argument as to why we shouldn't play those games. And, you know, you've got all kinds of you got violence and other kinds of entertainment like movies, TV, and really these people are just a bunch of assholes and they can go fuck themselves, and I have nothing else to say beyond that. Next question. Has a game ever caused you a headache or similar pains? If so, which ones? Yes. Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Hillsfar is the most notorious example of a game that's given me a headache, and the reason why are really threefold. Number one, it's just absolutely fucking awful. Number two, it's just atrociously boring, on top of being awful. And number three, I had to play through that piece of shit 4 times to get each of its endings so I could post them on my endings channel. Another game that really gave me a headache was Captain Comic. And really, you want to know what kind of piece of shit that is, go watch Koi Kitsune and Aqualung's review of Castle of Deceit, which is almost like Captain Comic. It was made by the same company. You go watch that review and see how bad Castle of Deceit is, and you'll see exactly how bad Captain Comic is, because they're the same. It's almost the same fucking game. And of course, well, not exactly a headache, but this game made me nauseous. It made me cringe, and that's Action 52, and I don't think I need to elaborate further on that. Oh no, we'll elaborate on that sometime, extensively. Next question. What is your favorite next-gen portable, DS or PSP, and why? DS, because the DS has games that I want to play. It has things that I'm interested in. The PSP has nothing. So, and I don't even own a PSP. So, the DS. What do you think of Wii Fit? I've never actually tried it, but from what I've read, it's not something that I would want. I mean, if I want to work out, I'll go to a real gym and work out. I'm not going to use this Wii Fit thing. I mean, to me, it looks like a gimmick, and I'm not interested. Next question. What is your favorite game that you never owned? I'm actually torn between 2 different games, and that's Mega Man 2 and Punch-Out, both for the NES. And I borrowed these games from friends, and I really regret never owning these games as a child, because both of these are totally awesome and timeless classics. I still play them today on my emulator. Next question. What franchises would you like to see make a comeback, or at least a remake update for Xbox Live Arcade or the PlayStation Network? To be honest, I really don't play games online anymore. I gave that up after Yuri's Revenge. But if I had to pick, there's really only 2 games. I don't even have a franchise. There's just 2 games that I would be interested in, and they're 2 games that I played competitively back in the day, and those were Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat 1. Street Fighter 2 is already on Xbox Live Arcade. Now I've looked at Mortal Kombat and I didn't see it on there. It might be on there, I don't know. I know that Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is on Xbox Live Arcade, but if it's not already on there, Mortal Kombat 1 would be something that I'd be interested in, that I'd try out. But as far as like a whole franchise, no, I really don't have one, to be honest. Next question. Who do you think is the most overrated franchise character of all time? Like, for example, Mario or Sonic would be considered a franchise character, or whatever the term is. Well, I'm not sure that there actually is an overrated franchise character, but if you put a gun to my head and made me pick one, I would pick Master Chief, just because he's a part of the most overrated gaming franchise in the existence of gaming, period. So, sorry Master Chief. Next question. Do you think it's a good idea that Link has no voice, and do you think they should keep it that way or try to find a voice actor for him? You know, I've never really put much thought into this, and I guess intuitively, initially my impressions were like, you know, why are they still doing this no voice acting shit? And, you know, I really don't have a strong opinion about it, but so from my perspective, I really don't give a shit. But I went online and I've actually checked out, and this is actually a much bigger issue than I thought it would be, and a lot of people seem to have some very strong opinions. That's to my surprise, actually, that Link should not have a voice. And I guess from a business perspective, from a customer service or you know, gamer satisfaction standpoint, no, they probably shouldn't, because there seems to be a lot of people out there that are vehemently opposed to voice acting in Zelda games. And we have seen voice acting in Zelda games, and it didn't turn out well at all. If you know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about Link, the Faces of Evil. I can't wait to review that game. It's gonna be something. Alright, next question. Do you think Duke Nukem Forever will ever come out? Wow, they've been talking about Duke Nukem Forever since 97. That's the same year Final Fantasy VII came out, sort of to put this into perspective. I don't know what exactly is holding this game up. Perfection paralysis, maybe poor management, they don't have their heads are up their asses. I don't know what the deal is, but all I gotta say is if they ever do release this game, which I hope they will, it better be freaking awesome, because we've waited 10 fucking years for this shit. And as a fan of Duke Nukem from back in the day, you know, I like Duke Nukem 64 and Duke Nukem Time to Kill. Both were pretty awesome games in my opinion. They better not, all I gotta say is, they better not fuck this up. As far as whether or not I think they will release it, I think they will eventually. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if it took them another 10 fucking years, you know. Shit.
Due to YouTube's time limit on videos, this video has been split into 2 parts. This is the end of part 1. Please see the second part of this video linked in this part's description.